Welcome to FOMO Consulting for your daily AMC stock analysis video on Wednesday, May 26th. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the greatest show on earth. I promise you that. And as always, the apes are winning, the diamond hands are winning, and most importantly, the retail investor is winning. So if you find this video informative and entertaining, please like, share, certainly comment, and most importantly, subscribe. It's a newer channel, and I would appreciate the support. Let's get into the video. So as always, I want to thank everyone personally who has liked, shared, commented, and subscribed. It means the absolute world to me. Thank you. So let's start with a quote. This is all I have to say today. AMC Theaters, we are absolutely on fire. Great day on the market. So let's look at the broader market. Overall, green day across the three major indices. NASDAQ, S&P, Dow, all in the green, albeit slightly in most regards, but NASDAQ was up the most at 80 points, S&P up 7.8 points. So good day overall, not bad, as you can see by the chart with the S&P, pretty good day. More importantly, the NASDAQ, which depending on the day, we probably follow the NASDAQ more than the S&P, even though we're actually in the S&P. And that's probably related to a lot of the ETF action and other mutual funds and what have you. So overall, great day on the market. So let's look at crypto. See how crypto performed. Overall, not too bad, mixed. The big boys, Bitcoin, Doge, Ethereum, all down, albeit not too terribly bad, but as usual, they'll likely recover, not worried long term. So let's look how AMC did. Absolutely phenomenal day yet again. It almost seems surreal, doesn't it? We are at $19.56 at today's close, up $3.09, 18.76% after hours, up just a little bit, very volatile after hours, as most people probably know. But overall, just rocketed right out of the gate and climbed the hill all day long. Again, seems almost surreal, but very, very pleased. And I think we are set up for yet another push tomorrow, it would seem. So let's look at how it performed against the broader market. As you can see, followed the NASDAQ relatively closely. Certainly felt the effects of it, and overall, great day. So a couple things I just want to bring to everyone's attention, just from a somewhat technical analysis perspective. You can see how high we've actually climbed over the last, let's just call it 5 trading days. We have absolutely rocketed right off of that illustrated trend line. Equally important, and this is the 30-minute candles. You can see how high and how extended the MACD is, as well as the RSI into the overbought territory. Now, we could be on the cusp of the squeeze, as everyone certainly wants and hopes. But if we do not squeeze, let's just say this week, we probably need to cool off just a bit. But again, you see how overextended we are currently. So this is the hourly candle. So as you back off, you see where the RSI and MACD kind of tighten up. They're not quite as pronounced and over bought, but nonetheless, it is certainly cautionary just to keep an eye on. We are certainly going uphill. The alligator's mouth is wide open. So let's back out yet again. This is the daily candles. As you can see, MACD is certainly in bullish territory. We've done phenomenally well. RSI is touching the overbought area, and as you can see, going all the way back to the January squeeze, that's the last time we've actually been in this range, this high in the overbought territory. So again, very, very bullish, but certainly something to be leery of, just to be mindful and realistic about our current situation. So let's look at how AMC did with the other stocks on the market today. So overall, over the last 5 days, AMC has grown 54.75%. Absolutely phenomenal. Today, most active, we were number 2, right behind S&DL, which is nearly always the most active, at 374 million in volume. Crazy. And we are certainly the most popular at 8.68% by a long shot. And as you can see, the sector that we fall into is communication services. We are without a doubt over the one month change in that sector. We are plus 6.3%. So overall, very, very bullish. No doubt we are driving the bus in that category. And again, very, very pleased. So let's look a little bit back in time here. So overall, just a reminder, because I always have to assume there's new viewers, and just a reminder, when AMC baby squeeze, whatever, in late January, the highest points, the most volatility we experienced was actually at pre-market. So don't sleep in. Don't go to bed too early. We have a history of the squeeze occurring pre and post market. So again, be very mindful. Again, another look here, closer look. We actually hit a pre-market high of $25.80. And again, you can see the intraday trading is a little more, I guess, classic, traditional, not near as volatile or parabolic. So again, my personal anticipation is, keep an eye intraday, but certainly a closer eye pre and post market. So let's look at the weekly candles. If you look at how high we have climbed, we are obviously with the price action, but just look at how high we've climbed in the last couple of weeks and where we are related to the baby squeeze back in late January. That wick in late January was $20.36. The wick. We have the full body candle now approaching $20. That is far more sustainable, far more bullish, far more impressive that we've been able to do this over the last couple of weeks, as you can see. So again, longer term, again, MACD is certainly bullish, and the RSI, if you go back to the baby squeeze and where we are now, we're just touching that overbought area. So again, very, very impressive. So let's look again, going back almost 2 years, where this stock has been on the weekly candles. Absolutely phenomenal where we stand today versus the last 2 years with AMC stock. And you can certainly see where the MACD and RSI have just been rocketing ever since January. Really, we've had nothing but green candles ever since on the volume. So here's what I want to show you with this. So this was the volume of 5 days leading up to the baby squeeze in late January. So you can see overall how it built. You had 250 million, 62 million, 266 million, 435, 391, and then on the day of baby squeeze, we had 1.2 billion in volume. Absolutely incredible. Today, our volume over the last 5 days, 61, 53, 112, 207, and 372 in volume. You can see where we're building momentum leading up to, very similar to what occurred previously. This seems to be far more sustainable, and you can certainly look at the candles that look more impressive this time around. I believe in the coming days we certainly will be on the we will likely be squeezing, but also have another theory shortly. So let's look at a theory here. So again, broader picture, broader view, alligator wide open. You can see how far we've climbed. We spent an eternity going back almost 2 years in that $2 to $4 channel. Again, after the baby squeeze, that $5 to $7 channel. We spent an absolute eternity, as most people realize, in the $9 to $11 channel. More recently, we have now exceeded, obviously, the $12 to $14 channel. I would be happy just being in the $14 to $16 channel this week. And of course, we've broken completely out of that. And now we are in the $18 to $20 channel. Again, it seems surreal that in such a short period of time we're in this level. Keep a very close eye on this and do what's best for you always. So More importantly, the news has just turned around very bullishly. You can look at all these headlines. Feel free to pause, but there's certainly a lot of positive press, media, different things around AMC lately. Probably one of the more important things is, and I know it seems small right now, but James Bond movies to stay in theaters despite Amazon deal, obviously with MGM. So that is absolutely bullish, in my opinion, that even though Amazon is acquiring MGM, they are still going to allow movies in AMC theaters as well as others. So feel free again to look at these articles. And I guess hell froze over today because Kramer says investors who are short GameStop and AMC are out of their mind today. So, as always, we're waiting on regulatory rule filings to post. There's a part of me that really believes that some of the positioning, the smart money, they know what's coming. They probably have a heads up. They may be very much positioning themselves to get out of the way or not shorting as heavily, but I'll show you very shortly where they are certainly not covering. Again, holiday weekend, go see a fine movie, lots of great titles. So GME, we need GME, like it or not. I know everybody's either, AMC or GME or whatever, but collectively, GME, BlackBerry, Cost, Rocket, Tanger, you name it. We all collectively need to keep pressure on our opponents because we are tied together through mutual funds, ETFs, what have you. The more pressure we collectively apply to the short positions, the easier it'll be to squeeze, right? So GME had a phenomenal day. It had a phenomenal day yesterday, closing at $242. It absolutely has woken up. And you can see by the alligator indicator, you can see by the MACD has now turned very bullish, and the RSI has certainly gone into that slightly overbought area. It is definitely on the uptrend, and I believe AMC squeezes, GME, and vice versa will all pop together. So let's look at the short interest. So exchange reported short interest, 94.58 million. Estimated short interest percent of free float at 15.88 has gone up quite a bit. Percent free float on loan, 24.67, about flat. Shares on loan, they continue to try to short this, and I'll show you another scenario. 131.76 million shares on loan currently. Days to cover has gone up a bit at 1.46. Cost to borrow 9.38. It's gone down just a hair. No doubt they are resetting their positions and kind of stock surfing this on the way up. And utilization 99.33. No doubt this is probably going to hit 100 very shortly. Institutions have increased by three new institutional buyers. APES, Diamond Hands, retail investors own 63.8%. Volume absolutely parabolic today at 374 million. Short shares available according to Fintel, 250, and the fee according to Fintel's 7.05. And we have, as of today, 47 short owners in play against AMC. Not the brightest bunch, apparently. So let's look at what they were up to today. So they started out the morning, basically didn't do much, right? That's why it ran up. End of day, you can see where they were recycling shares. Return shares 3.3, borrowed shares 3.25. So they actually returned a paltry 76,000 shares. But the cost to borrow is certainly starting to increase according to this data. Again, they're kind of walking this up, and I'll show you shortly what that, I believe it's what it looks like basically. So you can see the short data trend lines was substantially going down. Now they have retraced basically and going back up. I believe what they're doing, they're staying on top of the price action, positioning themselves to ride this down, almost like a stair step motion. As the price goes up, they're resetting their positions, and I'll show you very shortly. So this is a closer look over a 3-month period. You can see where it was going down, they were getting out of the way, even with the large green candles. And again, this is a day behind, day lag. they are certainly positioning themselves to short this on the way down and anticipating a squeeze, it would appear. So again, this is Tesla. This is a completely another scenario versus the big pop, the GME, AMC type squeeze. This was basically a long squeeze that went over a course of a year. And as you can see, big green candles walked right up. Tesla started in the 40s. High point ended up at $900 a share. Wouldn't be the worst case scenario, but it would appear right now that this is a scenario that could possibly play out. Certainly not over a year and a half, but certainly shorter term in lieu of a really strong catalyst. Now, the June 2nd shareholder disclosure meeting, whatever, could possibly be that big pop that gets them out of the way. But right now, it would appear by the shares on loan not going down, they are just riding on top of this, trying to ride it down so they can recover some of their cost, right? So again, just a reminder, we all win together, lose together. This was the baby squeeze and the squeeze late January. Rocket popped, Tanger popped, Cost popped, even Cinnamon popped, and certainly GME popped. That would be the preferable solution for everyone, right? So let's look at the big money deals that happened today. The options, absolutely ridiculous amount of options in volume and quantity. Yeah, I mean size. I mean, you look at that top 7,479 contracts at a $40 strike call expiring June 18th. I mean, that's just ridiculous money. Certainly more money than I have. But the overall sentiment, 2.2 to 1, is certainly 2 to 1, very bullish. So let's look at the options chain, which has increased substantially. Red areas are what I would consider the extremes for this week, expiring Friday. Yellow cautionary, and green is certainly the battlefield, and I cannot believe we're talking about potentially $17 to $21, but go figure. It's been a great week. But if you look at the amount of open interest on the call side, if we close above $20, $20.01, we will put 162,000 contracts in the money for next week, even after the holiday, potentially causing a major gamma squeeze, which could in turn cause a short squeeze. No doubt they're going to try to fight this. I can't imagine they're not over the next couple of days, or at least on Friday. That typically is our battle zone. They certainly put up a massive sell wall the last half of the day at $20. That has remained after hours. $20 seems to be yet another breaking point, large wall we have to bust through. I would think tomorrow morning we may very well surpass that pre-market, but we'll see how that works out. So this is always fun to look at, but certainly more bullish. Yet again, we are at the $19.56 level, and there's a 52% probability that we will remain above that, going up to about $30. Take it with a grain of salt. As always, I have skin in the game. Win together, lose together. Been a great run, but we have a job to finish, right? So let me close with a quote. Across the sea of space, the stars are other suns, by Carl Sagan. Obviously in the background is the pillars of life where stars are created, and I have no doubt we are all in the pillars of life right now. We are all being created and turned into bright and shining stars in the AMC stock world, and I could not be more pleased in our recent performance. So as always, I want to thank you for watching. If you found the video informative and entertaining, please like, share, comment, and certainly subscribe to our channel. Appreciate your support. But as always, thank you for watching, and I hope your life is full of green candles. Take care. I'll be in touch soon. See ya.